Hi there, Summoners. GuardianE here with another live reaction and first impression video for Fire Emblem Heroes. We've got the continuation of Summer, the second set of Summer units in Fire Emblem Heroes, the announcement going live tonight. We've got the silhouettes pulled up here, the little teasers, and I am thrilled to see who I believe to be Petra on the right there. I think a Petra alt is way overdue. I've always liked Petra a lot, so I am definitely looking forward to that reveal. Not 100% on the left there, but I've got the trailer pulled up. Let's go ahead and watch it together, react to the reveal of the characters, and take a closer look at their art, their kits, everything else. So let's get this party started. This beach party. Frolicking in the surf. Special heroes to battle. Oh, it's Alear, okay. Seaside dragon. I like that she's striking that pose too. It's very festive looking. I mean, it's always been bright colors. Oh, look at the little sprite. It's got her hair waving too. Maritime Arts Bond Blast. Okay, for the special. Finish 4, Null C Disrupt, and Even Res Wave D for the C slot. If conditions are right, attacks 4 times with damage plus 20, forms connections with allies, and Engage Blast. Honestly, the sprite work is really good with the palm blasts and everything. Oh, there she is! Faraway Sun Petra! She looks so good! She looks amazing. Oh, man. Oh, she's so good. Okay, Breaker Bow, Deadeye, Desperation 4, Speed Defense Crux. You can zoom by to within 2 spaces of her allies to rain down a special Deadeye twice on her foes. God. Deadeye is so busted. Like, being able to just double Deadeye is... It's quite something. Okay, so she's a red archer flyer, which is, I'm personally a big fan of course. Oh, okay. So it's gonna be Clanne. So I think that was the silhouette, right? He was the first silhouette. So he's gonna be an infantry, colorless dagger, and he is gonna be the 4-star special unit of the banner. It does seem like. His weapon can grant attack speed plus 20 and faster special activation, thwarts effects that negatively impact specials. The fact that that's like. Pickle you and Brine. The fact that that's like the standard of like inheritable weapons now. Oh! Koi Beach Divas! Wow. Wow. Goldmary and Bernie, Kaboon art. Beautiful. Beautiful. I like God. Okay, Parasol, godlike reflexes. So they're an infantry dual unit, which has me less excited, but that's fine. Harmonized skill stops in their tracks, plus they have godlike reflexes. I love that Bernie is like... she's like shying away, like... she's like at arms, like pushing her arm out as if it's doing anything. And Goldmary looks magnificent. The art is fantastic. Harmonized skill, I got Bulwark in there. So they're going to be an enemy phaser, with the, you know, Lagoo's friend and everything. And that's pretty clear from the kit. And, so that provided Bulwark and a bunch of defensive boosts, right? It seems. Godlike reflexes. Ding ding. Dimitri coming in for the hit with no quarter. Let's see this interaction. God. Alright. Okay. Paralog Story, Loving Sea. Wow. I gotta say, okay, so who's here? Oh, I missed it. Okay. Alright, so who was... Oh, is that Dedue? Okay, is that free beach Dedue? That's kind of nice. All right, as an axe unit, that's kind of hype. All right. So Loving Sea, starting on the 5th and going until August 4th, so about a whole about an entire month. It's gonna run concurrently with the Summer Banner 1, so that's how they typically do it. The Summer Banner 1 will run all the way until the end as well. And so you can summon for all of these lovely characters. So the duo is going to be blue. Alear is going to be colorless and going to be sharing that color with Clanne, who is going to be the 4-star focus unit of the banner, and then there is red for Petra. So, I mean, out of the gate, I'm actually, like, really excited about Petra, of course. I've been wanting an alt for Petra for a really, really long time. The duo looks magnificent. Just from an art perspective, they look awesome. Alear, so vibrant and colorful. I mean, that's just kind of like, that's Engage in a nutshell. That's Alear's design in a nutshell. But I think they adapted it really, really well to a swimsuit design as well. And then Clanne's in there too. So I was kind of hoping that I would be able to skip this banner, but I definitely can't. Not with Petra, not with that duo. If it was just Alear, I might have been able to kind of like just make the decision to pass on it. And even that being said, like I said, I love the high ponytail on Alear too. I think that's really attractive. And it helps with the whole swirling of the two-tone hair that she's got going on with the high ponytail too, kind of swirling around her, behind her. And the swimsuit design, really, really attractive. Again, it has that dynamic vibrancy, and it has like an interesting little, like the bow tie and the collar too, and little frills on the side. It has a lot of little eclectic touches to it that I think enhance it and make it more of her own. You have the Sami ball that she's holding to her side, which is really cute too. And she's got that bright and engaging smile, right? Even with the thigh strap that she has going on there has a unique design with the diamond pattern and the offset colors. And she is going to be an infantry colorless dragon. So as an infantry colorless dragon, she's going to have maritime arts, again, striking all of those martial arts poses. It's really, the sprite works really cool. 11 might, accelerated special trigger, cooldown count -1, brave effect, and a foe's range is 2, has an adaptive damage effect as well. So if unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, grants +5 to all stats, inflicts penalty on foes' stats equal to the number of distinct game titles among allies within 3 spaces of unit times 3, +4, max 10. Unit deals X damage, excluding AoE specials. Reduces damage from foe's first attack by X, where X equals 5 times the total number of distinct game titles among allies, excluding unit, and the number of engaged allies, excluding unit. Max 15. First attack normally means only the first strike, but for attacks that are brave, it's the first and second strikes. And neutralizes effects that inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit during combat. Alright, so a lot of nice things baked into that weapon. The Killer Slaying effect is going to work well with presumably what is her own unique special at a 3-turn cooldown. And a brave effect and adaptive damage built in. And then the whole stat differential and boosts based around the number of allies and the number of distinct game titles. Again, that is an Engage/Alear thing, so that's very appropriate here. Makes a lot of sense. And it's going to have damage reduction. It's going to have, again, a debuff on the enemy. It's going to have additional damage built in. And it's also going to allow for a guard effect, or a prevention of a guard effect on her. So that does mean that she's going to be able to charge her special unhindered, which is going to be important because I think she's going to be wanting to proc that special with some regularity. And then the little tip at the end did mention attacking 4 times in a row. So she's probably going to be a quadder. She's going to be a quadder that's going to be able to probably proc Bond Blast a couple of times. So, and speaking of Bond Blast, 3 cooldown special, boosts special damage by 50% of unit speed when special triggers. So she's going to have some sizable speed, sizable naturally doubling capability. And I thought she had, if I'm not mistaken, null follow-up somewhere baked into her kit. We'll see in a second. All right, so at start of turn, if unit is not on a team with a unit support partner, grants bonded to allies with the highest attack within 2 spaces of unit. Okay, so getting around the whole condition of the support partner feature of the game. If she doesn't have a support partner on her team, then it's just going to be the ally with the highest attack. If unit is on a team with their support partner, or if ally has an active bonded effect for unit, support partner and any allies with the active bonded effect, when special triggers, neutralizes foes' reduced damage by X% effects from foes' non-special skills during combat. Really? Okay, so that basically gives every ally, or every bonded ally, a pure damage reduction nullification special. And not even damage reduction piercing, it's just straight up damage reduction nullification. It's when the special triggers, neutralizes foes', damage reduction effects that are non-special. That's quite strong, especially with so many units that we have these days that actually constantly proc their specials on offense and defense. I could see this making a lot of waves. If unit is within 3 spaces of a support partner or an ally with an active bonded effect, and unit or foe's special is ready or triggered before or during this combat, reduces damage from foe's next attack by 40%. I see. So it also has some damage reduction built in there for good measure. In the case of Alear, she has damage reduction built into the first hit, so I think she's going to get damage reduction for the second hit as well then, to the extent that they even are able to attack. It's just so much crap built in there. In addition to the fact that the special is just 50% of her speed, which is just going to do a ton of damage anyway. Having damage reduction nullification as part of that too is insane. So speed, res, finish 4, going to increase both her speed capability, so her naturally doubling capability, as well as her resistance. And have health restoration built in as well. Null C Disrupt 4 inflicts attack speed -4 on foe and neutralizes effects that prevent units' counterattacks, and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30%. That's, of course, going to stack with her damage reduction of her weapon. And even res Wave D. At start of turn, grants res +6 to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit. If unit's res is greater than or equal to foe's res +5, and foe's attack can trigger foe's special. Inflict special cooldown count +1 on foe before foe's first attack during combat. Cannot exceed... Okay, so if it's an even number turn, grants res +6 to unit during combat. Okay, so the D is for Dragon, apparently. So I did not make that connection at the start. But yeah, this is probably going to be a dragon-locked skill, which is interesting. It's an interesting path for this upgrade. But it's going to have cooldown, it's going to have special cooldown rewind on the enemy, which is effectively like a dragon thing these days. So that's very strong. That's also going to ensure her survivability, because she has a ton of other damage reduction built into her, her other effects, and not only her B slot, her weapon, and that's going to stack really well. She's going to have damage reduction built into her special too, which is not going to be nullifiable, but that's going to be for, I think, the follow-up attack. So yeah, she's got a lot of strong stuff in here. She's going to have innately the brave effect, and then the adaptive damage is alone going to be pretty powerful. Obviously she has the seal going for her. I mean, she could just slap on the distant counter seal for dragons, of course, too. So she's got a lot of options available to her. She's going to do a lot of damage. The Null C Disrupt is going to ensure that she doesn't actually she's able to enemy phase even sweep enemies, and that's going to be helpful for her too. So yeah, I mean, quite a strong showing, especially I think the special proccing with the damage reduction nullification. So frequent as well. Again, with conditions being right, she's going to attack 4 times in a row. So you can see Bond Blast here going off. And look at that, again, just that damage reduction nullification is something else. Faraway Sun, oh god. Petra, such a glorious character design. Love sort of the tribal aesthetic of her 2-piece swimsuit. Even sort of the muted brown colors sort of lending themselves to a more tribal motif. Her signature magenta side braid is just peppered with flowers, which is really cute. She's got that glorious sporty physique, really, really attractive. Her bow has almost like a stained glass design to it too. It's actually really nice. And yeah, Petra looks fantastic. She looks fantastic. I'm really thrilled. I'm so happy that she has an alt in the game. That's super exciting to me. So she comes with Breaker Bow. It's going to be effective against beasts and flying. Interesting. Okay. Has a killer slaying effect, enables Kanto 1. A unit can move to a space within 2 spaces of any ally within 2 spaces. That's some nice warping. At start of combat, if unit's HP is at least 25%, neutralizes foes' bonuses to speed and defense from skills like Fortify and Rally. Grants +5 to all stats to unit. Grants attack speed plus X times 6 to unit during combat, where X is the number of allies with attack greater than or equal to 55 within 3 rows and 3 columns centered on unit, plus the number of allies with speed greater than or equal to 40 in the same area, max 3. Alright, so offensively oriented characters, offensively oriented allies is really what it's going for. Feels a little needlessly convoluted of a calculation. It's max 3, so it's going to be 3 times 6, so that's going to be 18, right? So it's a max of plus 18 to attack and speed based around her ally stat lines, offensive stat lines at that. And also, if units attack and trigger unit special, grant special cooldown count -A to unit before unit's first attack, and grant special cooldown count -B to unit before unit's first follow-up attack, during combat, A equals X plus 1, max equals unit special cooldown count value at start of combat, B equals X plus 1 minus unit special cooldown count value at start of combat, min 0. Okay, wait, what? Hold on. All right, so we know that X is a maximum value of 3, right? Based around her allies' offensive positioning and offensive capability stat line, right? So let's just say that it's the max value. So if X is 3, A equals 4. So it would be special cooldown count of A would be 4. And then special cooldown count at value of start of combat equals X plus 1 minus unit special cooldown count value at the start of combat, min 0. Okay, alright. So the long and short of it, I think, is that depending on the positioning of her ally, she can effectively get an insta-charge to both of her attacks. I mean, that's effectively what that means. If she's going to be able to get a max value of 3 for X, that means that before each attack, she's going to get an insta-charge to Deadeye. Deadeye has a 3-turn cooldown. She has a killer slaying effect. So even if she has, it looks like even if she has 1 or 2 allies, like meeting that criteria, so not even the max amount, she's going to be able to chain Deadeyes effectively. Deadeye is uber strong. Doubles damage dealt, disables non-special skills that reduce, so damage reduction nullification. Desperation 4 for the B slot, inflicts speed -4 on foe during combat. At start of combat, if unit's HP is less than or equal to 99%, and unit initiates combat, or number of spaces from unit start position to end position is greater than or equal to 2, and unit initiates combat, unit can make a follow-up attack before foe can counterattack. So obviously that's going to work very well with her hit-and-run tactic of going in, doing a double Deadeye for tons of unmitigated damage, and then being able to, scoot away as she needs to. Speed Defense Crux for the C slot. Inflicts speed defense -4 on foes within 3 rows and 3 columns centered on unit. And those foes suffer guaranteed follow-up attacks during combat. So once again, having the capability of being able to naturally double, but also the Crux effect, guaranteeing doubles. And now again, guaranteed doubles have a lot of counters. So the fact that she's able to naturally double as well is obviously a good, a solid backup. So she wants to be able to double on both fronts effectively. And when her desperation is active, which it will be in it's a pretty easy condition to meet, she's going to be able to proc that Deadeye multiple times. So yeah, offensive powerhouse. I mean, really, the damage reduction nullification is, I think, really key with the chaining of Deadeye. So again, she has a 2-turn cooldown here going into battle. Breaker Bow gives her an instant Deadeye charge, fires off the Deadeye, and then once again, Desperation with a Deadeye charge again, and then firing off again. So pretty ridiculous, and then the Kanto to back away to safety. That is quite powerful. So yeah, and Petra really making a scene. It's just really quite a showcase there. So Clanne here is going to be an infantry colorless dagger unit, art by Toby. I think very appropriate too, and really to capture his sort of innocent and pure essence. I think Toby did a great job, and looks like he's got a little sand spade as his weapon. Again, dressed for the beach. He's got some vials, a jar at his side. He's got like the sort of tan and teal color combination going on with his outfit. Really nice. So small spade plus is going to be his weapon. 12 might. At start of combat, if unit's HP is at least 25%, grants attack speed +5 to unit. Grants attack speed plus X times 5 to unit. X equals the number of allies with... Oh, interesting. So it's the Petra condition. Or the offensive stat line condition, max 3, and grant special cooldown charge +1 to unit per attack during combat, only highest value, and applies the Dagger 7 effect. So yeah, I mean, they're constantly making improvements to the inheritable weapons. I mean, at the end of the day, a lot of them are kind of like mini exclusive weapons in a lot of ways. Like they adopt a lot of the characteristics of other weapons that are in the actual banner. That being said, again, competition is super stiff when it comes to inheritable weapons, especially in light of all of the limited units that they've introduced recently. So I feel like it's not news to anybody that's watching this, but it's tough for a non rearmed or other type of limited hero weapon to It's tough for these to compete with those, right? That being said, the stat boosts that this thing affords is no joke. It's a lot. It's a lot of really good stuff in there. And not only that, it's got the special cooldown charge as well. Not bad. That's not bad. Moonbow for the special, attack speed finish 3 for the A slot, speed defense tempo 3 for the B slot. So some stepping stone skills for the A and the B. Moonbow, nothing terribly special there. His weapon, again, it's decent. So as far as 4-star focus units go, he's okay. He's alright. He's going to be a good merge project for people that want to build him up. So that's certainly nice. And his weapon's not bad. It's not bad. But again, the rest of his skills, not terribly remarkable in any fashion. Koi Beach Divas. Oh, natural charisma indeed. So, oh my god, the art, fantastic for Goldmary, looking absolutely magnificent, with the wide-brimmed sun hat, the swimsuit design, with the white and the gold, the matching colors with her flowers that pepper the outfit as well. Really, really nice. It looks like she's equipped with an umbrella or a parasol, which, again, it has the twist of the different colors, the frills at the end. She's got a nice little fringe of frills around the top, too. Obviously, exquisite proportions on Goldmary. She looks magnificent with that beach body. Really, really incredible and showy stuff. And then Bernie kind of has a coy smile as she's hiding behind that hood, which is sort of like a hedgehog hood that she has going on there. Cute little seashells and starfish peppering the shawl that she has as well. She's definitely fully, embracing the hiding from the sun kind of look, with the dark colors and the several layers and everything going on. It's a nice contrast with Goldmary. I think they look great together. Infantry Lance unit here. Pretty. Again, that sprite is hilarious. So, alright, so Diva Pair Parasol, 16 might, killer slaying effect for foes within 3 rows, 3 columns centered on unit. If foe's defense is less than or equal to unit's defense plus 5. Inflicts penalty on foe's attack and speed equal to 15% of foe's attack at the start of combat, and neutralizes foe's bonuses to attack and speed during combat. Okay. Alright, nice little chunk of a boost to the offensive stat line based around the foe's attack line. At start of combat, if unit has at least 25% HP, grants bonus to unit's attack speed defense res equal to number of allies within 3 spaces of unit times 3 plus 5 max 14. Unit deals damage equal to 15% of unit's attack, excluding AoE specials, and inflicts special cooldown charge -1 on foe per attack during combat, and restores 7 HP to unit after combat as well. Alright, you got some nice stuff in there. You got health restoration, killer slaying effect, you've got offensive stat boosts that scale off of the enemy's attack stat, you've got fixed damage that scales off of Goldmary and Bernadetta's stat line and attack stat. And you've got additionally a guard effect on the enemy, which is pretty nice too, to inflict, enhance survivability on Goldmary too. So there's a lot of stuff going on here that's nice. Neutralization of the actual boosts, bonuses can be helpful as well. Comes with godlike reflexes, which we all know is still a very, very strong special, even to today. If unit speed is greater than or equal to foe speed, -4, and unit special is ready, or unit's special trigger during combat deals damage equal to 15% of unit speed. When special triggers, reduces damage from foe's attack by 40%. Okay, so some damage reduction built into the special, most notably the fact that cannot be neutralized or pierced by a lot of the effects and the skills that are out there because it is tied to the special. Attack speed finish 4 for the A slot. That's going to be additional health restoration as well as boosts to the offensive capability of Goldmary and Bernadetta. Lagoo's Friend 4 for the B slot. This is a menace of a skill ever since it was introduced with Emblem Ike. Inflicts attack -5 on foe during combat. If unit's max special cooldown count value is greater than or equal to 3, and unit's attack can trigger unit special, or if foe's attack can trigger unit special, reduces the percentage of unit's non-special reduced damage by X% skills by 50%, so damage reduction piercing, reduces damage from foe's attacks by 20% of the greater of unit's defense or res, so fixed scaling of fixed damage reduction scaling off of the defense or res stat, and grants special cooldown count -2 to unit before foe's first attack during combat. During combat, if unit's max special cooldown count is greater than or equal to 3, and units attack can trigger unit special. When special triggers, deals damage equal to 20% of the greater of the unit's defense and res. And neutralizes... reduces damage by X% skills from foes' non-special skills. During combat, if foes' attack can trigger unit special, when special triggers, unit's next attack deals damage equal to 20% of the greater of unit's defense and res, and neutralizes reduces damage from X% effects from foes' non-special skills. Resets at end of combat. So, yeah, it's a busted skill. Arguably a mistake. I would argue it's a mistake, but for what it is, it's going to be incredibly powerful and very useful, and quite frankly, I think useful to have as fodder. And even attack wave N for the C slot N. At start of turn, it grants attack plus 6 to unit and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. If unit's attack is greater than foe's attack minus 5, unit deals plus 5 damage during combat, so true damage. And also when unit deals damage to foe during combat, restores 5 HP to unit. Oh, okay. If it is an even number turn, grants attack plus 6 to unit during combat. So, yeah, okay. So, I'm not entirely sure what N is here. I'm probably missing something very obvious. But yeah, with their Harmonized skill, they and their allies stop foes in their tracks, plus they have godlike reflex. Oh, okay. God, okay. We gotta take a look at their Harmonized skill. It's gonna be an instant end, turn end, probably? Is that how we're looking at things? So yeah, Lagu's Friend, godlike reflexes, insta charge, damage reduction, huge hit on the other side. And then here's their Harmonized skill. So, grants defense res plus 6, resonant shields, bonus doubler, and bulwark to unit and allies from the same titles as unit for 1 turn. Bulwark, where foes equal to range of 1 cannot move through spaces adjacent to unit, not affect foes with pass skills, and foes with range equal to 2 cannot move through spaces within 2 spaces of unit. So this is effectively bolstering the defensive capabilities of of the unit herself, as well as all allies from the same title for 1 turn. The defense and res plus 6, and then the resonant shields obviously stack with each other. Bonus doubler, obviously that's going to be self-fulfilling by doubling the defense res plus 6. I mean, there are a lot of ways to neutralize bonuses like that or inflict panic, right? So, you know, the defense res plus 6 and the bonus doubler, you can get around that. The bulwark, additionally, resonant shields, of course, is not really counterable or neutralizable in most cases. I think there's, you know, other than like catch-all neutralization of all bonuses, but yeah, I mean, that's just that's really going to, I think, that much further enhance and amplify what they're intended to do, which is be an enemy phasing, highly powerful unit that kind of capitalizes on godlike reflexes. So seems like that's what they're going for here. Again, the defensive capability, and then the additional bulwark on all allies is pretty interesting too, because that is going to neuter the enemy's ability to really kind of snipe at or traverse the map to take out a weaker ally. So that's pretty nice. And then again, she just tanks it no problem. I mean, especially impressive with the whole, you know, Dimitri with no quarter in particular, because once again, she has damage reduction built into her special, so they're going to be able to enjoy that even with the no quarter that neutralizes or has piercing on the actual effect, because it's not going to be affected by the special. So once again, starting on the 5th of July and going for an entire month, we have Loving Sea, a selection of characters, some I think more obvious than others, maybe some dark horse picks with Petra, which I am thrilled about, but Goldmary was definitely a frontrunner. I think a lot of people were expecting Goldmary. I don't know if people were expecting Bernie to be paired with her. Alear, I think, was a top runner as well. So certainly a solid showing on the banner as a whole in terms of skills and kit and power. Everything else, I do think the duo takes the cake in terms of that archetype and what they do. That archetype kind of reigns supreme these days in the current environment and climate. So I think that the duo is going to make a lot of waves in that regard. Otherwise, I don't think that there's a huge amount of shake-up in terms of what's on the banner as a whole. I do love Petra's capability of doing a double Deadeye from the air. I think that's amazing. And Alear is gonna rock it too with that special is ridiculous. That special is ridiculous. And being able to quad along with all of the damage reduction is really, really strong too. So yeah, great showing all around. I frankly was gonna summon on this even if their kits were horrible. Like even if they inflicted negative penalties on my allies, I would summon on this banner. So I'm definitely going to be going in for Petra. I'm going to be going in for the duo. I would like Alear too. I don't know if I'm going to really be able to go in for all three. It's just it's a matter of orbs, right? So we'll see. But let me know in the comments below if you guessed the banner correctly, how many of you guessed, if you're excited for the selection, the art, the designs, the archetypes, the kits, everything else, and who your targets are going to be and what your strategy is going to be on the banner itself. Hopefully you all enjoyed the video. If you did, please feel free to leave us a like, comment, subscribe to the channel for more Fire Emblem Heroes content. We thank you all so much for watching, and until next time, let's protect those skies.